One of the most popular techniques in photography is the shallow depth of field effect. This is when the main subject is in sharp focus and everything behind it is blurred. It's particularly effective at night when you can position lights behind the subject and those lights gradually turn into bigger and bigger, blurry, colourful, lovely blobs of light. I love this technique, and in this video I'm going to show you two different ways you can deploy it. The first on a self-portrait and the second in a macro environment, a close-up with some nice blurry backgrounds. The classic portrait technique involves a sharp subject with a nice blurry background, and nothing blurs more attractively than a bunch of lights. A lot of cameras have portrait or shallow depth of field modes. Some do it digitally, some do it optically, but the effect is roughly similar. You're going to get a sharp subject in the foreground and a nice blurry background. But what kind of background do you want? I always think this effect works best with lights. So I've searched around old London town until I found some nice looking festive lights and angled the phone until they're behind me, and I know that they're going to turn out really nicely. I've also switched on the vivid mode, which boosts the colour on these lights. Keep an eye on your skin tones. It may be a bit too much. For me, it looks fine though, so I'm going to go for it. One of the most popular techniques in photography is the shallow depth of field effect. This is where only the main subject is in focus and everything behind it is blurred. It's particularly effective to try it out at night, where you can really blur lights behind the main subject into attractive blobs, bokeh blobs they call them. The main trick to achieve this effect is to get as close as possible to the main subject and then try and position everything behind it as far away as possible. So look for some foreground interest and try and find some lights way behind. Some phones can further accentuate the effect with a portrait mode. Sometimes this is applied digitally, sometimes it actually uses a different camera or lens. Either way, the effect is the same. You're going to get a nice sharp subject with a blurry background.